I thought we got off to a good start, and then defensively we were never locked into what we had to do. And again, when that happens, that's my fault. But we've been really locked in defensively, and we weren't locked into what we had to do to stop them. And again, I give them credit. They did a good job of taking advantage of what we were doing, and as I told the guys, we lost the game in the first half. The second half, we fought hard enough and had a couple opportunities there where we could have tied it, or we did, and could have took the lead and turned the ball over and got a little too rushed. But at the end of the day, we lost the game in the first half when we just let them shoot wide open shots.
Hey, Coach, Appleby, what did he do to give you guys so many fits?
Well, our point guards didn't do a good job of keeping him in front. We knew what we wanted to do in the ball screen coverage, and again, that's just knowing that you've got to do your job, and we didn't. And again, that's my fault. You don't get when you win, you take the credit, and then when you lose, not take the credit. We're all accountable, and we just didn't do a good enough job on it.
Coach, what were the major takeaways following this disappointing loss? What did you say to the team, and how are you going to rebound for the next one?
Well, it just comes back to we didn't defend and rebound like we've been defending and rebounding, and that's all it was. And again, at the end of the night, we didn't shoot it as well as we have been, but that came from our defense not being as good as it has been. And so these guys, winning's hard, and you get to this time of year, and everybody's playing to get better. And again, this team just beat Wright State last week. I knew they were going to come in and have a great fight to them, but the bottom line is we dug a hole we couldn't get out of.
You look at Odiase's numbers, just 3 field goal attempts. Was that because of the situation and being down double digits and needing to pick it up? Or what was the reason for the lack of shot attempts?
Well, the bottom line is they were in zone from the point where we got ahead in the first half, then they went zone. And so it was hard to get it in there to him. And then because they were all packed in and they were going to make us shoot jump shots. And we finally, in the second half, quit shooting jump shots and started driving and got to the free throw line and got the ball on the rim. And, but no, I think it was more of what they did than it wasn't a factor of us not looking for him. We couldn't get it in there to him.
And how impressed were you with his defensive performance, not only tonight, the 4 blocks, but just over the last 4 or 5 games?
Well, he anchors the back of our defense, and I think, there were times tonight where I thought he got aggressive in the second half. I didn't think he was as aggressive in the first half. And that's when our defense changed, and we started getting stops, and we got back in the game and then got the opportunity to have it, we had the ball twice to go ahead and just didn't take care of the ball.
Coach, you said after the last game, you're basically in the dog days of this season. Losing this game tonight, and then Wright State also losing to Milwaukee today. I mean, talk about the grind a little bit.
Well, it's hard, and I've always said this, and it's what people that don't do this for a living don't understand. Winning's hard, and you got to approach it every game, and I don't think our guys for sure grasp, and because they haven't been in this situation, that teams come in with the idea, boy, if we could knock them off, that'd really be a marquee win for us. UIC hasn't been that for a while, so you're going to get everybody's best shot, and so again, you can tell them, but until they experience it, now they've experienced it, and hopefully it's a learning process for them.
So just jumping back to Odiase, 6 offensive rebounds. So out of his 7 total rebounds, what does that do for the team's confidence to have that guy on the glass? And then defensively, on the flip side, like you were saying, him being the anchor on that end of the floor. So allowing your guys to shoot the gaps as well, take chances.
Well, he got he got a couple of really big offensive rebounds there late and put them back in, and made a couple tough ones and got fouled and made the free throws. But you know, it gives you a whole different feel when you know you've got him back there, and he creates problems for everybody. And again, our perimeter guys didn't do enough. You know, we haven't given up that many threes the whole time, and because we do know we have him back there, and all of a sudden we were helping off shooters and not focused on them. And again, we don't need to do that. We've got him back there. If we get beat on a drive, they got to make a tough finish, and for some reason we just didn't adjust tonight.
One last quick thing about him. What do you think the biggest improvement in his game has been over the last 4 or 5 games, or over this stretch that he's been impressive?
Well, I think he's been playing with a great aggressiveness on both ends, and I think at times he does that on the defensive end, and then on the offensive end doesn't. But I really think the last 5-6 games he's been a force on both ends.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, guys.